Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in to Wellness Wednesday. Um, yeah, as promised last week, little little information about our Wellness Wednesday interview today with actor Bojesse Christopher. One of the you know top one or two interviews I've done. This was uh, this was pretty cool. This was pretty cool. It's obviously big Point Break fan here, and to be able to connect with somebody. Um, in today's world, with social media, it's pretty easy to reach out and just connect, right? So very cool to chat with Mr. Christopher today. Definitely a fun interview, and learned a lot about an industry that that has so many different levels to it, right? With movies and acting and Hollywood and all that stuff, right? And, a lot of moving parts to put a movie together, put it in play, and put out a product that that everyone likes, right? So it's awesome interview today. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. Awesome, and hope you all have a great rest of your week. And we'll talk to you next week. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Record, and I know you're a busy guy, so I have like 4 or 5 questions for you, maybe, and we'll keep it pretty simple. All right?
That sounds good, man. Appreciate you, Devin.
Yeah, no, thank you. So let's see here. All right, so in 60 seconds, for people who are not aware of who you are or familiar, how would you describe Bojesse Christopher to somebody?
Awesome. No, for real. I mean, only because life is beautiful and I am forever stoked. So, for me, I'm a kindred spirit. Like, I'm everyone's friend because I love life. I love people. I lean into the creative. I see art in everything. I'm an energetic person who likes to flow moment to moment, which is why I'm a surfer and a really incredible surfer, is because I'm connected. I'm one with it. I'm an actor. I love storytelling. I love people. I love coaching actors. I'm also an acting coach. I'm a family man. I've got 3 kids of my own. I'm a real person who likes to tell real stories. I'm an emotional person, but I've managed that stuff, and I'm also a physical, mental person, and I feel like I've managed that stuff. So all encompassing, I'm just forever stoked, and I'm your friend, Bojesse Christopher.
That's awesome. I couldn't ask for a better intro than that. And for people who don't, for people who know me, they know I've seen Point Break many times. I'm not gonna lie. It is top one on my list. It will always be number one. So I have to ask, in your opinion, Point Break has this following, right? I've seen, like, they had a live show. Like, people who love this movie, right? And I know why. It's just the greatest movie ever. But in your opinion, what is it about this movie that has sort of anybody who's seen it, it's like you have an immediate friend when you start quoting lines to each other. So why is that?
Well, I think, okay, so when preparation meets moment, something special happens. I think when this movie arrived, it was the end of the 80s, the beginning of the 90s. So it really encapsulated an era of the 80s and then ushered in a new era of the 90s. And it kind of hit right in that sweet spot in the right way. And Peter Iliff, who's the writer, creator of Point Break, understood the cadence and the voice of that and worked with Catherine Bigelow to authentically create something that was rooted in drama, but had enough action authentically to support the drama and the nuance of being these types of people in this high adrenaline situation, robbing banks, surfing, skydiving, a lot of action stuff. So I think all of the things coming together at the time, and also it was the right combination of people in retrospect. I mean, it had such a wonderful, rich, diverse cast including Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
Anthony Kiedis is in the movie from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, Gary Busey, Lori Petty, James LeGros, John Philbin, Bojesse, Christopher. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And Catherine Bigelow at the helm. And at the point, you know, when she was making this movie, there weren't a lot of female directors that were actually getting action movies made, or movies in general. Let's face it. So Catherine is just a special human being, and she's an artist, and she understands this culture, and she's got a real strong point of view. So she was able to kind of bring that to the moment, and also get that recorded in front of the camera with a wonderful collaborative team in front and behind the camera. So Point Break is a movie that stands the test of time. It doesn't matter where you find the movie or found the movie, you know, it speaks to you, it calls to you. And there's a spirituality. Let me close with that. There's a spirituality. There's a Zen Bodhisattva sort of like holistic thing, energetically quantum, you know, thing that's happening. It's a spiritual flow. It's deeply felt and appreciated, and it's fun. That's the key. It's not a bummer. It's fun. You get stoked going after that thing in the highest ascended way. So there's this like strong, meaningful takeaway. People just feel good about the film, and it's fucking fun. I don't know if it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, so there you go. I think that's
awesome. And you know what? I'll hit myself. I'll hate myself if I don't ask you this question.
Sure.
So you're not going to start chanting, are you?
Oh, I'm already there. The way I live is in one big chant. Yeah, I'm like, you know, Matthew McConaughey, you know, 2.0 in the most stoked way. Yeah. He and I together would be weird in a good way.
Yeah, when you started saying the Bodhisattva, it took me right to that scene. They're walking back from the beach after the fight, and Bodhi's doing this thing. You're not going to start chanting, are you? I'm going to kick myself if I never did it, eh?
Yeah, no, that's great.
So awesome.
Love it.
So
man.
you know, you've established, you know, like your career. You've been doing this for a long time, and you've seen how movies can affect people in such a positive way, right? So what does it mean to you when people still react to your movies, your roles, or even in this? Like, I was doing my homework and just realizing how many films you've been in and who you've acted with. Like, it's crazy. And for me to even think, like, you know, even, you know, years ago, it'd be cool to like talk to someone who's been in this industry and just learn, right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean to you when people kind of say, you know what, you've influenced them in some sort of way?
Wow. Well, first of all, thank you for doing the diligence, because sometimes I forget what I've been fortunate enough to have experienced and have been in those moments with such wonderful collaborators, working with, you know, directors, actors, writers, producers, technicians on a film set. I mean, if I look back at my body of work too thus far, and I don't even feel like I feel like I'm just getting started, and I've been in this business for 35 years. And I feel like I'm just getting started. I was thinking about this right before our call here. Like, I feel like there's another 20, 30 years of like magic to occur when it comes to opportunity. But I'm so grateful for that. But also, I feel such an overwhelming impulse, healthy impulse, to share whatever I've learned and experienced and felt that inspires me, that inspires a call to action in me, but with anyone else who needs a little bit of support, a little bit of encouragement along the way, which is why I coach. And I like to call back to some of the experience I've had that's really helped me grow as a human being, but as an artist. And I like to integrate that in the way I approach coaching other actors, so they can have some sort of perspective on a situation they might be up against or inside of, or don't even know is coming. And so I want to give everyone every advantage I can for them to succeed. So it means the world to me, in answer to your question, that I've been able to experience something that I can turn around and share with others along the way.
No, thank you for sharing that. And a lot of the stuff I do is sports based, right? But when I get to speak with people, musicians, actors, people in different industries, it's fascinating to hear everything that goes on behind the scenes, right? You watch a movie, you hear a song, and it's the finished perfect product of however many hours it's taken, right? But to hear, how athletes, actors, all you guys prepare for
Yeah.
such a long time, right? You watch a TV show or a movie and it looks so natural, right?
Yeah.
So that's guys, you guys are that good at what you do. So it's cool. It's cool to be able to just listen to you, share this information.
Just real quick, if I can touch on that, what I love is the
Yeah.
common theme, the common denominator between, say, athletes and actors, or really anybody. Let's just categorically call it being a human being. I think there is a practice and an application on a daily level, getting to know our physical, mental, and emotional selves, so we can put our physical, mental, and emotional selves into the work. The work just might be getting through your day, not what you do for a living or what you do for a profession. Like, I think the work starts with self. Healthy interactive relationship with self, physically, mentally, emotionally, puts you in a discipline, inspires you in an honest way, and allows you to go forward and lean into the way that feels and paint life with beautiful truth, which allows you to be forever stoked and good at what you do, because you're not thinking about it. You're not judging it. You're removing the fear of the negative outcome. You're leaning into the way it feels. And there's a confidence, a resonant confidence that sits in that space. And it literally changes the course of the way it feels to your advantage, not in an ego way, but from a heartfelt, inspired way. And that is vibe. And
No,
vibe.
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And last question, and something that I'm really interested in is, you're now teaching your craft that you've been so successful with others who are interested. So, you could probably talk, for hours about this, and I'd love to hear it. But, can you dig into this a little bit for people who may not know the work that you do outside of film and how you're teaching people, what you do?
Yeah, no, certainly. So I specifically coach acting for camera, TV, and film. Everything that I do is it's coaching designed for TV and film actors, but that includes craft and career, but an emphasis on craft, because without craft, there's nothing to contribute to career. So really, I put a lot of focus on getting to know your emotional self, so you can put your emotional self into the work. And then there's a process in the approach and the presentation when it comes to audition technique, because that's the gateway to the job. So that's kind of the first module. So I really get actors in front of the camera, but we break down material. So there's a lot of emphasis on scene study, which leads and informs to building a character, which leads to movement and energy and pace and tone and level of intensity to correspond with the piece of storytelling that we're responsible for in front of a camera while it records beautiful truth by design for the audience that it's meant for, in a way that could be considered to be hired. And so there's a whole flow and approach that lands on a moment that's recorded, so someone can say, that's the person. So that's where I put most of my emphasis, because that's what your career looks like as a TV and film actor in a modern day situation where you're auditioning to win work. And then once you've won the work, then you would unpack that character, start working with collaborators, and get into the nuance and the rich emotional dynamic range of story with more information and more collaborators. But first we have to win the job. So I focus on that. With all that said, I also really get back into the history of craft and process and the components, principles, and disciplines of Stanislavski's preparation of building a character, with Meisner's repetition technique in the moment. And your listeners may or may not know what that even means, but there's a lot of system and technique built into that old school stagecraft, archaic stuff that I think there's pieces of that still resonate and fit the modern day approach in front of a camera. And so those are the components, principles, and disciplines, but all of it, my friend, is deeply felt. We listen, we respond, we want to say this stuff. Otherwise, we choose not to. And it's all body language, behavior, and motivated want to speak from feelings to thoughts to words to actions. It's a beautiful practice. It's cathartic. It's creatively therapeutic. It's holistic. It's energetic. And I'm stoked. So very quickly, you can find any of that stuff on my website, bojessechristopher.com. It's all there. Yeah.
Awesome. And when I post this, I'll have all of the hashtag, have all the connections for you, so people are interested, they can take a look. And if people want to learn more, they can jump on your website and see your history and what you're doing and sharing, man. So
Thank you, buddy.
You know what? This has been awesome. It's been a very, very cool, educational 15 to 20 minutes. And, you know, I thank you for your time. Like I said, never in a million years, like with the technology we have and stuff now, you know, what I have thought I'd be able to, you know, connect with the amount of people I do, including yourself, to learn about what you do. So very cool, man. Thank you.
That's so cool. Do you have 20 seconds for me to do a little grommet for you and your fan base? Yeah.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Just Devin, you drop down the pit, man. It's 25 feet straight down. Your balls, Devin. Your balls are about this big, man. The whole thing's fucking roaring, right? Pushing you forward like, I don't know, Dev. What's it like, man? Like you're a hood on a freight train or something, bro. There's a little grommet, little grommet, 35 years.
I could. No way, Bell's is bigger than Waimea, bro.
No way, Bell's is bigger than Waimea, bro. All the lines.
Awesome.
Fucking A. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of stuff in there, man. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
stoked.
man.
Listen, very quickly, thank you for having me. Sending lots of love to you and the family and everyone else out there. Appreciate you. Keep me posted. Let me know what you need, man.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much, sir.
My
Have a
pleasure.
great night.
Anytime.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Buddy.